Welcome back to the footballing question, but not as you know it. Today is October 31st, as we're recording, the scariest day of the year. It is Halloween, and we have scheduled today's episode around that. So, we've all come in today wearing something. Can we just show ourselves off a little bit?
Well, I'm Luigi, if he was a massive fan of the Joker.
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing a really cool
t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Take your cap down a little bit?
Would you think it looks... Oh, yeah, I suppose we need these.
Yeah, that looks a lot better.
Yeah, okay, yeah, well, I'm Luigi. I think I look great, to be honest. This is the actual side of my actual head, so it fits perfectly.
Okay. Jordan?
I've come as a biker, Terminator, Top Gun, just Maverick.
It's like there's like three. It just someone will decide what you are.
Yeah.
Now, okay, with mine, let's get the jacket off. This is a long process.
Smooth.
It's very smooth, and then here we go. So, okay, anyone, if you're watching on YouTube, guess what I am, okay? Any guesses, boys?
What is that?
It's a Doctor Who pizza cutter.
Oh my God.
You didn't know that?
Okay.
But anyway, I'm a Dalek, basically. I don't have a whisk, so I've got a pizza cutter instead. But yeah, I've dressed up as a Dalek, and yes, that is a colander on my head. If you're on Spotify, I'm currently wearing a colander on my head. I've got a Dalek t-shirt. I've got a microphone in one hand, a pizza cutter in one. It's the best homemade costume ever made. And now I'm going to put it all under the couch and act like it didn't happen.
No, you keep the thing in your head.
No, I'm not keeping the colander on my head.
I'm keeping Luigi on my head.
Mate, the TikToks.
I think you should keep that on your head.
I'm not keeping that on my head.
Come on, just keep it on your head.
Not for the TikToks. I'm leaving him permission to take yours off now.
No, mine's staying on.
Oh, right. For God's sake. Anyway, but the first question I've got today for you guys is this. If you could wear anything on Halloween, like unlimited budget, unlimited resources, what would you wear and why?
Even like an exact replica of Darth Vader or a zombie version?
Mate, anything. You could, like, literally anything.
Yeah, like, so zombie Darth Vader.
Zombie Darth Vader.
So it's basically, I'm going to be in his costume, but like bits of me are ripped out and you can see he's like a zombie and it's perfect.
Nice. Jordan?
I have no idea. I'm going to go for a working Iron Man suit in full with the Jarvis and everything, or the Edith, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Okay.
I want full on.
I do have an issue with that though. Is it scary?
No, it doesn't have to be.
Yes, it does. We're not American.
Halloween doesn't have to be scary. You can dress up as anything.
You got Luigi.
He's scary.
Halloween doesn't have to be scary. You can dress up as anything.
I've got the scary element to my
Okay, fine. I'll be zombie Iron Man from What If.
Just copy.
In my opinion, Halloween does not have to be scary. Halloween just is a time to dress up as anything you want. That's why I said anything.
Not in my opinion.
And my opinion on anything, I would dress up as my childhood hero. Or would I? Because here's the thing. I'm dressing up as a Dalek here. If I dressed up as anything, I'd probably dress up as David Tennant's Doctor Who. But I realised I have facial hair. That's not probable. So for anyone who actually knows Doctor Who, I would dress up as the Master from Doctor Who because he has a goatee. And actually that is scary because he's a villain and he kills people.
To be fair, the Joker is a great shout as well.
The Joker's a massive
I
shout.
might
The issue
with
the Joker is I think so many people dress up as the Joker.
Yeah, but it doesn't
you
matter.
can look really cool. Imagine like longer-ish hair, like slicked back, all green, and just the suit,
cool.
the what's it called, waistcoat.
Yeah,
It would look good. Yeah, but that's all with the kind of beginning Halloween aspect. We're actually going to have to get into some football first, so let's start off with some fixtures.
Leeds. Okay,
we're going to start off with the late kickoff on Saturday, 7:45. Don't know what that's all about, but Leeds travelled to Anfield. They'd lost their last 4 games. Really, just not good from Jesse Marsch. There were rumours of people maybe saying he's on the edge of being sacked. Liverpool, beat City, then lost to Forest, really just poor from them, but winning every Champions League game by the looks of things. And they lost to an 89th minute Somerville winner just before his 21st birthday. I mean, shocking.
Well, he's now 21 years old.
He is now 21.
89th minute winner. Liverpool have lost their second league game in a row. I don't really know what's happening this season. We've touched on Liverpool in the past, but they're 9th in the league, 16 points, 4 wins, 4 draws and 4 losses. They've lost double what they lost last season when they finished second. It's just a horror show for them at the moment, and yeah, Virgil van Dijk as well. 70-game unbeaten run
at home
destroyed
in the league.
Anfield.
At Anfield. Yeah, it's all gone, and it's just like it's just. I mean, obviously, if we didn't do the episode before, we'd have done the episode now. But it's so much like too soon. It's like we're waiting for them to pick up their form, and you thought City would be the bounce pad for it, but it just now looks like a one-off good performance, and they're just not playing well. And we've become so used to seeing this Liverpool side perform well, and now they're just not doing it. I mean, I'm going to ask you on your opinion, Jordan, because obviously the Man United perspective, you've got a lot more of a tighter relationship with Liverpool. So
we also have a tight relationship with Leeds, don't we? We hate Leeds as well.
Who would you rather have won that game?
Oh, Leeds.
so you're happy?
Without question. But no, it's 2-1 Leeds. Liverpool are in a bad patch, and I said it before and I'll say it again, Klopp will get sacked by the end of the season. I'm certain of it.
It's starting to... I'm not saying, you know, the writing's on the wall, but, you know, if they don't pick up this form, the seventh season... He's been... That thing is, with the whole seventh season syndrome thing, which we've mentioned, the idea for me is that maybe just 7 seasons is just a long time in management, and you should just go after a long time. And, you know, he's done a lot there. He's won them every single trophy. Not at the same time, but...
Look, all good things come to an end.
All good things do have to come to an end. We shouldn't expect long periods of management anymore, realistically. There's not going to be another Wenger or Fergie. No one's going to stay anywhere forever. I fully expect in 10 years' time, even if Arteta succeeds, will he be asked to manage in 10 years? You know, I mean, if he succeeds, I'd hope to, for him to be there. But it's unlikely, given the way football's going. And
Can we talk about Joe Gomez a second?
Ooh.
You know, he comes in, he's kind of replacing Trent Alexander-Arnold at the moment. You know, he's supposed to, you know, offer that solidity at the back where Trent wasn't, and he's just given away Leeds his first goal. It was an awful back pass to Alisson. Alisson is kind of, he's in position for the pass. Gomez just doesn't look up when he makes the pass, and he kind of just side foots it into the path of Rodrigo. Rodrigo's got an open goal.
Yeah, it's just, Alisson I feel really sorry for, because I think this season he's done really nothing wrong. He's just been himself. It's just his defence has just kind of gone from what it was before. And Van Dijk this season's been a shade of himself. Like, I mean, Gomez hasn't really had a big role in the team the last few years. And he's been called upon a lot more this season, and he's not really impressed. And, I mean, Trent, what more can we say about Trent this season? He's been shocking.
Like Van Dijk, you know, last thing on Liverpool, Van Dijk has been literally this guy who brings a presence to their team. He scares you. When your team plays Liverpool, you're thinking, right, okay, we can attack as much as we like, but Van Dijk's going to be there again to shut it down, and now you're kind of just not really scared of him. That's kind of, and we move on to United, but that's kind of what happened with United. For years, you had that fear factor about, oh God, we're playing United this weekend, guaranteed loss, guaranteed humiliation. That went, and so has it kind of with Liverpool as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's literally the exact same with Liverpool. Like, I don't think anyone's scared about going to Anfield anymore.
No, they're not.
Well, also the atmosphere.
It's not the same.
On the weekend, I mean, if you turned on the telly, you could hear the Leeds fans chanting the whole time. It's a bit of an L. But yeah, we'll move on from the Liverpool game. We'll stick to Saturday.
There's two
games. I'll get the one that annoys me out of the way first. We'll start off with Bournemouth 2, Spurs 3. Now, I don't watch this game. It was at 3 o'clock, obviously, we can't. But I see on my phone 2-0 Bournemouth, and naturally, biggest smile on earth. And yeah, Spurs pull it back to 2-2, and then score a 92nd minute with a winner with Bentancur.
You have to look at it as a lot of belief within Spurs. And let's be honest, that is even though it is against Bournemouth, they did do the turnaround, and that's always going to be quite impressive. And I don't think we can take it away from Tottenham, because they were very good, and creating loads of chances, had the majority of possession and stuff. They deserved the win.
At the same time, conceding 2 goals away at Bournemouth isn't exactly a great sign.
They could have conceded more as well. Kiefer Moore had a couple of chances other than the 2 goals he scored.
Obviously, but at the same time, they needed to turn around their form, because they were dipping a little bit, weren't they?
Yeah.
I'd say anyway. And they've done that, and what a way to do it. The belief will be there, and they'll probably kick on even more.
Unlikely goal scorers as well. Sessegnon, Ben Davies and Bentancur.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's raving about Bentancur this season, and fair enough, he got that winning goal, but yeah, fair play to Spurs.
Fair play to Spurs. I mean, got to say, just before we move on to the Brighton-Chelsea game, Bournemouth are actually... We need to actually have a chat about Bournemouth. They're doing a lot better than we thought.
Well, they've lost their last 3 games.
I know, but still, like, where they are on the table right now, and you look at the results they've got, they haven't lost as many games as we thought. They've lost the big ones, but you wouldn't expect them to get anything from Tottenham or Liverpool or Arsenal.
They're getting a point per game.
Yeah, they're doing, which is healthy compared to what's below them.
But you have to remember we're still early in the season.
But for me, at this point in the season, the table's not fully formed yet. There's still some irregularities, but the table is forming. The World Cup is not too far away. The World Cup, that's kind of the time where we should look at the table and go, who's where, who's close to what. Like,
do you remember last season when we did that really weird thing when we predicted not the upcoming season but the season after's Premier League table, and I said Wolves was going to get relegated this season? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's coming.
Shut your mouth.
No, but even then, was Brentford not a relegation candidate last season despite starting quite well?
Yeah.
So it's definitely the same.
Brentford probably, I mean, without Eriksen, I think they probably would have gone down.
Exactly. So Bournemouth, I wouldn't count out them and say they're not going to go down. I'm not going to say that they'll stay up, and I'm not going to say that they're guaranteed to go down, but it's still early days. Anything can happen.
Okay.
Let's move on.
I suppose, we'll get on to the relegation.
We'll get on to now this. We're now going to talk about probably my favourite game of Saturday. Obviously, we are all in Brighton's. We kind of like it when Brighton do well, especially against teams which we're not too fond of. And they absolutely battered Potter's Chelsea 4-1. Absolutely amazing win for Brighton. De Zerbi's first win as Brighton manager and Potter's first loss as Chelsea manager. And I've got to admit, I did my bet on the weekend. I did my accumulator, and I look back and I feel like such an idiot because it feels like such an obvious script. De Zerbi not won with Brighton, Potter not lost with Chelsea in the league. Obviously, Brighton are going to absolutely demolish Chelsea at the Amex. That's just clear to see, and it was great. I mean, 2 own goals from Chelsea as well has to be kind of put into account. But
Trossard scoring again.
Trossard scoring.
He's having a great season as well, and Pascal Gross.
Yeah,
one man. But no. Yeah, definitely. I think the most exciting result of the weekend by far.
I mean, it was 1-0 super quick. It was 3-0 half time. Mm-hmm. It's just really just. I like Brighton. Just the fact that they're a team which aren't, one of the big ones, and they just play, they go for it, and I just love that from a team like that. And obviously as well with the whole aspect of Potter coming back, he did get a not really welcoming atmosphere, and he in his post-match press conference was kind of like, I'm not too sure why they've done that. I've left them in a good position. But at the same time, he's left them mid-season after starting the season well, taken their whole coaching staff with him. I think he should have expected it, if anything, because they're very fortunate to have found someone with De Zerbi who is maintaining what they had a little bit.
Also, at the same time, was Potter, he left Brighton in a good space. He was very successful with them. Brighton gave Potter his Premier League chance for his first step up into the big league. So,
where's that faith?
Yeah, where's that kind of gratefulness to Brighton back when Chelsea immediately come calling? He took this job straight away. And
I feel like anyone would do it though.
No, the thing is I feel like
anyone
with the position Chelsea were in under Tuchel, and I wouldn't have taken the job straight away mid-season. Leaving a club mid-season.
But it wasn't mid-season. It was the start of the season. It was after like 3-4 games.
It was a month anyway. At the moment, are we?
No, but still, it's the season started. You've done your transfers and you're ready to go, and then it was just before, it was like a week before deadline day, and suddenly you've made all these transfers with one manager, and then you don't have one coming in. It's just something which I don't do. And I'd go back to probably one of my favourite managers ever, Arsene Wenger. When Arsenal first tried to get him, he said, "Yeah, I'll join, but I've got to finish my contract with this club." It's the respectful thing to do.
Yeah, and I do respect that. It is, but at the same time, that's not the modern game anymore.
I know it's not the modern game,
and when a big club like Chelsea come calling, that's once in a lifetime for a lot of managers, and I think anyone in their right mind would take that, even early doors in the season. I think it was the smart thing to do for his career. Whether it was a smart thing to do in general, maybe not. But I think he's done exactly what I think most people would do.
That was a good career move. And to be fair, right, what's more, if you were flying up the leagues with different teams, having been very successful, what's more important, how other people view you or your own success in your managerial career? You got to look.
It depends on what type of man you are, realistically, and how you answer that question. But obviously, we've talked about the Brighton game. I think we've talked about Saturday enough. Should we now move on to the Sunday fixtures? There was only 2. One of them was on TV. One of them wasn't. I won't voice too much frustration onto them out of there, but that might start a conversation later down the line. But we'll start off with the United game. United beating West Ham 1-0 thanks to a Marcus Rashford header, his 100th goal for Man United. Jordan, I'll go to you first. What do you make of it?
Well, I only caught the last, half an hour, if that, because of work again. But Rashford scoring, and it was a very, very, very good goal, I think.
Very good.
The cross is beautiful from Eriksen. They showed an angle, and it was stunning.
Just behind Eriksen.
Yeah, it's lovely, and then it's a great header as well. I think we could have scored more. Fred hit the post late on. I think Man United looked good from what I saw.
I mean, you also held on a little bit towards the end with De Gea pulling out some great stops from Zuma and Rice.
I was getting onto that. De Gea, I think, went back in time to 2017 with some unbelievable saves. Arguably some of the best saves we've seen all season in general from a goalkeeper. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And then I want to pick up on, just as the game finished, that just there's not been the passion there from United for a long time. And to see him, Dalot, Martinez, all of them just like going crazy at the end because they've survived the 1-0, to hold on to the 1-0 is brilliant. And I think Ten Hag is really changing Man United. And I think Man United do look a scarier side than they have done for a very, very long time.
Well, you're unbeaten in 5. And I think there is really that. Ten Hag has created that persona around Manchester United a little bit more again. I'm more threatened by, maybe it's just the way he looks, I'm more threatened by Ten Hag than Solskjaer anyway.
He's not, I mean, it's not that he's not a nasty manager, but he's not nice in the way Solskjaer was.
Yeah.
He probably gives his players a bit of a go when they're not playing well. But with United, I don't know if it's necessarily a fear factor, but when I look at United, you just feel like more of a team.
Yeah.
Like I look at them and like there's something going on there. There is a tactical structure. There is something happening. Whereas before that, it kind of just felt like you were just going through the motions, scoring goals, conceding goals, whatever.
That Brazilian core as well, I think, is really impressive.
Yeah,
I think Anthony looks deadly.
Well, he does. I mean, he wasn't. He was in the stands in the game. Yeah. But even then, just a good all-round performance. What is it? 85 years where we've fielded a academy player
in the starting 11.
In the starting 11, crazy. And for Rashford to get his 100th goal, and he is still very, very young. Let's think about it properly here. He's a young man. I think he's 25?
He's 25. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 25.
I mean, it's not that young in the world of football, is it?
No, but at the same time, I do think he is still quite young, to get 100 goals in the way he has, copying the Ronaldo celebration from when he did it. I think it's brilliant. And
at the same time, though, in 5 years' time, if us three haven't scored our 100th goal for Manchester United, then I'd be a bit disappointed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think, I'm going to put it out there, we'll go on to talk about this at a later week, I think that guarantees Rashford's place on the plane for the World Cup. I think it guarantees it. And we'll go on to it at a later date.
Well, yeah, like we can discuss about who makes it.
Rashford does have this kind of certain deadliness about him as well. Like, he just looks a bit fierce. And
off the bench for England. Off the bench for England, honestly.
I want that man on the plane. Yeah.
I want him on the plane.
Absolutely.
We must address the biggest win of the weekend. Arsenal's biggest win of the season. The most goals they've scored this season in a game. Arsenal 5, Forest 0. What a win.
It was an absolutely huge result. We're top of the league again, 31 points from our opening 12 matches. We've got the second most goal difference in the league.
Yeah.
The thing is, right, I heard a BBC show talking this morning about the game and everything, and one of them made a really good point. Right, everyone's kind of written off Arsenal to win the league. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty certain that City are going to keep on ploughing through teams and eventually Arsenal will slip up and City will take the title.
Yeah.
Right? It's probably more likely.
Yeah.
Okay. However, yesterday against Nottingham Forest, we played like Man City do. We are wiping away teams.
We just suffocated them. And
if Man City played Nottingham Forest at home, they would wipe them away 5-0, 6-0, right?
Yeah.
And we did that, exactly. We're playing brilliantly, and on top of that, our main goal scorer, what you think would be our main goal scorer, isn't even firing on top 4, and we're still destroying Premier League sides. We're having like an unbelievable season. Mikel Arteta's doing such a good job at the moment, and I think the only real loss to take away from yesterday was Bukayo Saka, and we'll go on to that, but yeah, just Arsenal on a high.
I mean, with Saka, I'm not really too worried because it was an impact injury.
Have they put out any information about it?
Not too much. He's had like a scan. They're assessing him. I think we'll probably get more information later today. But
because it could be a massive blow for the World Cup.
It could be a massive blow for the World Cup. But if you see the injury, he kind of falls over from a challenge and twists his ankle a little bit. So realistically, he might not play for a week.
I'd quite like him to get some rest.
I'd like him to get some rest, which he will probably get, but I can see him still making the plane, 100%. I don't think it's too serious.
He's played 53 Premier League games in a row for Arsenal.
Yeah.
He is no doubt a massive part of our side.
He's crucial to how we play football. And
one that we need to save.
But, you know, he went off, and I thought that would massively impact our performance, but it didn't, because the man who came on for him, the forgotten man, Reece Nelson, you know, I mean, we're talking about, you know, all this Halloween stuff. I thought the man was dead and, you know, gone, forgotten. But he's come off the bench, scored a brace. You know, that is absolutely amazing from him. And it's in 3 minutes as well. It's really nice to see him get that and take that chance.
I bloody love Reece Nelson, I'm not going to lie. I really wanted him to do well all those years ago, but, you know, he hasn't really lived up to his potential, and it was really nice to see him score a goal. But, yeah, we're playing great football. We are 5 points above Spurs and we've got a game in hand on them. We've also got more goal difference than them, so with all of them saying that they play better football than us, they can...
That game in hand is
Man City at home. It is Man City at home. Yeah. We will have to address that at some point. Yeah, but a game in hand's a game in hand. I'll take a point, you know.
Exactly. We can afford to lose that game, and Tottenham are still not even
close.
Yeah, but at the same time, if we lose that game, we do take off top spot. If we win that game...
Arguable.
If we win that game...
Man City could lose next weekend.
Have they got next? Does anyone know?
No, we should do.
We should do.
It is Fulham.
Oh, okay. And Haaland's back, isn't he?
Yeah,
I think he said Haaland we might be back for Fulham.
Mitrovic scores for him. I'm telling you.
This is the Halloween episode. One of the scariest places in fiction is the Forbidden Forest. But is it really forbidden that Forest can stay up under Steve Cooper? That is the question of today's episode. You know, 9 points so far this season. They've drawn 3, 1-2, lost the rest. Wins against Liverpool and West Ham, both 1-0, both at home. But it's just not clicking completely. I mean, people say it every week, you know, they don't feel like a team, they don't feel like they're doing certain things. And it's obvious why. They signed 21 players.
It's exactly what happened with Fulham.
It's identical to Fulham in, 2018?
A couple of years ago.
Like Jean-Michel Seri, Schürrle, all this, just too much. It's even more.
I think that's pretty much a big problem when you get promoted into the Premier League and you've got a loan signings, because it's inevitable that you won't be able to afford to sign all of them, and then you're going to have to replace those players. Yeah. Change it up as well. I mean, a lot of it was just, I think, kind of frantic buying. You know, we're in the Premier League, let's fill up our squad. But, you know, they played 13 games now, they're on 9 points. They're looking like, you know, if you said right now, okay, he's getting relegated, your first answer is Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
They've just gone and given that massive contract extension to Steve Cooper, which is a kind of weird way of confidence.
You don't need to sign the contract extension to keep him.
Do you think it's a
I thought, yeah, of course it is. They were on an awful run of form. They were doing terrible anyway, and they're continuing to do terrible. But to put that much faith in a man that's put you there, I wouldn't have sacked him.
No, but like the contract extension's not necessary.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a waste.
Because what it does is it puts them in such a difficult position for the rest of the season.
Exactly.
Because basically what they're saying is, we trust you, we think we can stay up with you. And looking at them right now, do I see Steve Cooper turning it around? No, because the issue isn't him. The issue is the management, which they've done throughout the season, which is going to be their burden throughout the rest of the season. And
also, if they do try and sack him, they've got to pay more money to get him.
Exactly.
It's a waste from top to bottom from the club.
Why do you think they did it though? Was it to kind of just go,
I don't know.
Right, lads, we believe in this manager, get behind him. You know, like we are confident we can stay in the league.
The reason is because the fans still love him. The fans love him.
You don't need to give him a contract extension.
It was them going, hey, the fans love him. Let's give him a contract, and they'll forget about the results. It doesn't matter. So, I think that was the worst thing they could have possibly done, and I mean, it's paying off. But I don't see them winning games anytime soon. They're not going to sack him now,
are they? Because if they do, it will just...
It's even more stupid.
It will make them look even more stupid. They've got to ride it out with him until the end of the season. And, I mean, I don't know what they'll have to do to change things. I mean, they're going to have to try and make sure this squad settles. And if it settles, they've got a lot of good players there that they've signed. But it's like, it just feels like, it's a bit disappointing, because Forest have been waiting to get into the Premier League for so long. You'd think this is a club who really don't want to screw it up. And you could see it happening in the window. You're like, you're signing too many players. You just need to stick with what you know and get that bit of quality in areas where you need it. And try and get some little depth. try and sign some young players. Don't just go, oh, this guy. Like, they signed Emmanuel Dennis and O&E, and it's like, who's your starting striker? You've signed just 2 more strikers. What about Brendan Johnson? Like,
Here's the thing. Forest did make good signings.
Yeah.
They definitely made good signings. Henderson's a great signing.
Henderson.
Lingard is a good signing, I think. Get a little bit of experience from the Prem in the squad, and he is a decent player. And yeah, they made some good signings, but they made too many signings that weren't of that sort. If they made those signings and then brought in a couple of young players that they could bring in, they could be all right. But
they just brought in too many players who are going to expect to kind of start for a Premier League team.
On the other side of those of things, though, when we're talking about the question of whether Nottingham Forest are going to go down, they are only 13 games into the season. They've got 9 points. Wolves are just above them on 10. Leicester just above them on 11. Then you've got Southampton, Villa and Leeds all on 12. You know, they win a game and they're contesting with the likes of Southampton, Villa and Leeds. So it's not all doom and gloom, because they could go and, you know, they've shown that they can potentially beat big sides with that win over Liverpool this season. They do look like the favourites to go down, but
I mean, at the same time, you've got to look at the way they're playing, and those 2 wins are both at home. They are both only 1-0. Both of them relying on some heroics from Henderson. Obviously putting in a great display against Liverpool, saving a penalty against West Ham. And you look at their away form, I don't think they've scored away from home this season yet, and I'm pretty sure they've lost every single game. Like, it's not, or maybe not lost every game. I don't think they lost every game, one is fact, but I'm pretty sure they haven't scored away from home yet.
No.
And it's just a bit, we're just waiting for this team to click. And I felt like when they beat Liverpool, I'm pretty sure Steve Cooper came out and just said, yeah, I feel like we're finally gelling as a team. And then 1 week later against Arsenal, sure, they were expected to lose. Sure, Arsenal were expected to blow them away, and we did. But it just still kind of felt like that.
For a team that are going to stay up, you put up more of a fight against.
Yeah, exactly. And you look at, you know, their team. You look at like Ryan Yates in the midfield, was part of their squad last year, and you know it's good to have that. It's good to kind of keep that core of players who brought you up, because they're going to have more of that fight to stay in the Premier League. Whereas most of the players you sign are just there to be like, I can play in the Premier League now. Great. And they don't particularly have that fight which brought them there in the first place.
So I'm looking at it now. The game against Arsenal and the game against Huddersfield in the playoff final, right?
Yeah.
How many players do you think from the starting 11 at Huddersfield played against Arsenal?
Is it, I'm going to say 2.
It is 1, Yates, and honestly, that's all I can see.
Just Yates?
Oh, Steve Cook as well.
Steve Cook.
And McKenna, 3. 3
players.
So that's their last game of the season?
This is their playoff final against Huddersfield. 3 players from that team were in the starting 11 against Arsenal.
I mean, it's just like it's a different team.
It's a different club.
It's 21 players. To sign 21 players, that's nearly a whole squad.
Nottingham Forest that got promoted to the Premier League are not the same Nottingham Forest.
That is getting relegated. And I'm saying it now, they are getting relegated. We're 13 games in, but Forest, I'm not giving you a hope in hell.
Yeah. When do you see if you see them staying up? If anyone watching this sees them staying up, can you please tell me when they pick up points? Because Brentford next, I don't see them winning that.
It doesn't matter away or home. They'll not pick
Forest play Palace after that. Then Man United, then Chelsea, then Southampton, Leicester, Bournemouth.
I mean, Palace are, they're struggling away from home this season, so maybe they pick up points.
I mean, I can't see them picking up.
I mean, especially when a club is so dependent on home form, it really puts you in a difficult position. And it's not like they're winning every game at home either.
No. It's just...
Shall we give a definite answer then? If you had to say yes or no.
If I had to give a definite answer, I'm saying no. I'm saying Forest have no chance. And I think the writing was on the wall come deadline day.
Forest are going down.
Forest going down?
Are 100% going down.
That's it. Forest are down in our books. What do you think? Obviously, you can, let us know. We've got a lot of ways you can communicate with us. But yeah, Forest are going down, according to us. Now, obviously, it is the Halloween special of the Football in Question. And we actually have something scary on the couch today, as we have a man here who has risen from the dead. He was dead last week, he couldn't meet Hunter, and now we have Jordan back alive and well. So Jordan, you are obviously the scariest man on this couch.
Thanks. Wait. I just have something really quick to say and really quick to do.
Do you hear that?
So there's something cooking in the studio. There's something cooking.
We're not allowed food and drink in here, so please.
There is something cooking though. It's Jordan's creepy facts of the week. This week is our Halloween special, so I thought let's put a torch under my face, like I'm telling a Halloween story. So this is Jordan's creepy story of the week. In 2016, in Rwanda, a game was being played between Rayon Sports and Makura Victory. The score was 1-0, and the Rayon players were getting frustrated by the fact that they couldn't score, but not because of poor finishing, but due to something else. The striker ran to the goal and removed an item after being quickly chased down by the Makura Victory players in anger. The item was believed to be enchanted by a witch's curse that was placed to keep the goalkeeper from conceding any goals. The item was removed just before the teams kicked off after half-time. And what happened? Moments later, the Rayon striker who removed the item scored an equaliser. This led to outrage from the Rwandan Federation, who quickly banned the use of witchcraft in the league. And nothing has happened ever since.
In conclusion, if you want a solid league, make sure you ban witchcraft first, because that's out of order.
Yeah,
that needs to be on the table
it's match fixing, realistically.
Exactly. So that's the end of Jordan's creepy facts.
Can I just say, like, that it does? I'll get onto stuff like that later with the quiz. That's all I'll say. Not that exactly. I was worried you were going to mention something on the quiz, but that will get on to some spooky football facts. But yeah,
now we go back to normal.
As I mentioned, what I was going to talk about. Who is your scariest footballer of all time? I'm going to start with Ashley first.
Oh, lads. Go to the Bilbao Butcher. I think just from the name, he beats both of your picks, all right? The man is actually called Andoni Goikatoksa, okay? He played for Athletic Bilbao, obviously, and once put Diego Maradona out of action for a whole year after breaking his ankle and tearing his ligaments. He was known to be a seriously hard bastard. Right.
Fair enough.
I don't think there's a scary man in world football, not even skinhead Wayne Rooney. The Bilbao Butcher.
We knew, we actually did say you'd mention it today.
Of course I am. Just look at him. He strikes you, that would scare you.
No,
I can't scare you, mate. You might be too terrified. No,
I'm brave. I saw a horror film on Saturday. Oh God, he looks like Frankenstein.
Yeah,
God,
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that is. You obviously proved this man is a truly terrifying specimen. But Jordan, who have you put down?
It's obvious who I've gone for, isn't it?
It's obvious.
It's obvious. The scariest man in football of all time is Roy Keane. And there is no doubt in my mind. You mentioned your player putting Maradona out for a year. How about ending a man's career?
On purpose as well.
Yeah, on purpose. He strikes fear into everyone. Even you just see him even shouting at referees while he was captain of Manchester United. He was terrifying. And even as a manager, imagine being a player that's managed by Roy Keane. I wouldn't want to be. Would you?
I kind of would be. I think it's quite a, you'd...
No. Because he is just absolutely terrifying, and he was just good on the pitch as well. Part of his persona was being scary, and still true to this day, I feel. I just think there's not a scarier man in football history than Roy Keane.
Obviously, you're putting pressure on me. You're really making a big case for it. My player, like yours, did play in the Premier League. He was terrifying. He played around the same time. Like yours, British. Well, not British. Well, British Isles. Let's say that. Just realised I made an error. Sorry to the Irish. Yeah, I respect. But this man is a Scot. A proper true Scot. I'm of course talking about the brute that is Duncan Ferguson. Mate, he played up front. He'd headbutt every single man near him. He would bully every defender known to mankind. He was one massive lump with a head on him that would kill anyone. And the photo which comes up when you search him, like, there was an article which I've read obviously to do some research, and the photo is him leaning on a referee, and the referee's just kind of leaning back, like don't go near me.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, you found the image, but like, I think Duncan Ferguson obviously is one of the most terrifying players of all time. You know, and if you're not on his team, you know, be worried, basically. I don't expect mine to win, but he definitely deserves to be in the conversation. In terms of PL or football legacy, he is one of those ones that you don't want to mess with.
I think they're all good shouts.
Let's debate then, shall we?
Right, okay, my first kind of point, right?
Yeah.
When Roy Keane did end a career, it was... Who was it again?
Alvin Haaland.
Right, okay, Haaland's dad. When he did end that career, the boots that he used in that tackle, does he still keep them in a glass cabinet to this day in his living room when he ended that career?
I don't know.
No, it's never been rumoured, is it, mate? No, but the Bilbao butcher, apparently, the exact boots that he used to put Maradona out for a year, he has.
Let me put a very big thing on here, right? One of your key points for the Bilbao butcher, as you keep saying, is that he's called the Bilbao butcher, and that's terrifying. Do you know who else is called the butcher?
Oh, I knew you'd say that.
Lissandro Martinez. Are you scared of Lissandro Martinez?
No, but you didn't put him forward. So
No,
I don't know.
Lissandro
No, but what I'm
would, like,
saying
trip me
is,
up a bit, but, like,
I don't think the nickname should
play too much in.
Yeah.
Duncan Ferguson,
yeah.
Scottish
I think
zombie. I don't know. Like,
when you think of scary players, I think the first one that comes to mind is always Roy Keane, because
is that just because we're Premier League fans?
No, I don't think so. I think if you ask a La Liga fan, they say Roy
They
Keane.
might say the Bilbao butcher.
Would they though?
How many Liga fans do you know?
How many La Liga fans do you know?
Same as you. One.
Exactly. So that's beside the point. I just think when you think of a scary player and you think of someone that really like puts everything on the line on the pitch and really it just is terrifying and you wouldn't want to play against them and you wouldn't want to be seen near them, Roy Keane is up there, clear of everyone else.
No, okay. If I was on the pitch and I was coming up against Duncan Ferguson, Roy Keane, or Bilbao Butcher,
They're all scary.
They're all scary, but yeah, I would be more wary of Roy Keane.
Who would you rather, out of the three players, right? You have to get in one of their faces. Roy Keane is the last person you want to get in a confrontation with on the pitch.
You don't know what these Spanish lot are like, do you?
That is true.
I mean, I wouldn't understand what he's saying to me, so it wouldn't really intimidate me.
It could do. You know what he's saying. You might say, mate, I'm holding a knife, I'm going to stab you, but you don't even know.
Yeah, but I don't understand him then. It's not going to intimidate. I'll be like, you're all right. It's not intimidating. I don't understand it.
I think if Roy Keane came at you angry, shouting at and screaming at you, that is terrifying.
Well, fine, I back Roy Keane. To be fair, I don't even know who the Bilbao Butcher is.
Yeah, I've got to admit, your fact about him keeping the boots is kind of...
It's not
sort of scary, but it's like...
Is it
what a bloke.
100% a fact?
It's been rumoured.
Okay.
It's not fact.
Oh, great. Well done.
It's not been rumoured about either of yours, is it? It's not a rumour.
No, but I could start. By the way, guys,
Roy Keane keeps a statue of Alvin Haaland's broken tibia in his like.
It's been reported by the Daily Star, very accredited website. Right? It's not gonna,
That is just top tier.
Yeah, they've linked an article here listing all of Sergio Aguero's most sexiest girlfriends. So it's a real journalistic website. You can't put them down for that.
I mean, this is what this podcast is about: finding top tier research to fund our amazing questions.
We need to come to a conclusion here.
Yeah,
I think we will. I think Duncan Ferguson's a good shout, but at the end of the day, I'll be honest, when I made this question, I was in the same room as Jordan, and I allowed him Roy Keane, because it was the first man to come into my head as well, and I thought, you know what, you're the United man, you can have him. And sadly, that means I've given Jordan another win on the debate, haven't I? So, yeah.
If you won all of them, I don't know if you...
He does win a lot.
I just win a lot of debates.
He didn't win last week because he weren't here and there wasn't a debate. But
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
The streak was broken because I wasn't here and we didn't do a debate. There you go. But there you go. Roy Keane.
I think the streak was broken the week before because I had a hissy fit.
Yeah, and we just didn't come to a conclusion.
We didn't come to a conclusion. But yeah, Roy Keane is officially the scariest player in football. What do you think? Comment below or on YouTube or, tweet us, whatever, what you think. Who do you think is the scariest player in football? Of course, this is all football. Maybe you actually know who the Bilbao Butcher is, and you can shine some light on it. Okay, it is that time of the episode as we are going to battle on the quiz. But this is no ordinary quiz this week, gentlemen. This quiz, the title is Curses and Ghost Goals, of course. It is the Halloween quiz, so we're going to go into the scary side of football.
Bang. Oh, voice broke.
Okay, well, I was going to say it.
Bang.
Your bang, your ding,
Yeah,
obviously.
I'll take ding. Come on.
So, question 1.
Straight in.
The World Cup curse is that the winners will underperform at the following tournament after winning it. But what country was the last World Cup winner to make it out the group stages at their next tournament?
Ding. Italy.
Incorrect. Italy did not make it out the groups.
If it's the other one I was thinking of.
In 2010. Italy did.
Thinking of. I bet it's the other one I'm thinking of.
Is it the other one you're thinking of?
I bet it is.
I think it is.
I bet it is.
I'm going to have to rush you here, Ashley.
Bang. Brazil?
Correct.
Yeah.
Brazil in 2006
Damn it.
exited the quarter-finals with a 1-0 loss to France. But ever since then, every World Cup winner has not escaped the group stages.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So Italy, Spain,
Germany.
and France. We're looking at you, buddy. Like,
Let's go.
Oh my God.
so Question 2. For people on audio, actually, he just, with his Luigi hat, you heard it. But anyway, we'll carry on. Question 2. Obviously, ghost goals are a concept in football. You might have even seen some of them. But which German striker scored a ghost goal for Bayer Leverkusen in 2013? Kiesling for Bayer Leverkusen. Kiesling scored a ghost goal. As I was going to go on with the question, he had a header at the near post. It hit the side netting, and the referee gave a goal, despite Kiesling describing the fact that he didn't think it went in.
No, but if you see it, there's a hole in the side netting.
There's a hole in the net.
So that's how it all
And
goes in.
thing is, the ref finds the hole, knows it's not a goal, and then just goes, yeah, right.
Did you know who it was?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Kiesling.
You just got in.
I just needed to ask
Okay.
how that worked.
Obviously, the term ghost goal, it's a very famous term in football describing a goal which was given, which wasn't actually a goal. But which famous manager introduced the term ghost goal in a post-match interview after losing 1-0 to Liverpool in the Champions League? Which famous manager coined the term in football? You both know who this guy is.
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah?
Arsene Wenger.
It's not Arsene Wenger. We didn't concede many ghost goals.
that's
We
not
just
good.
conceded genuine shockers.
Yeah, I had no answer that though. Sure.
Come on.
I don't really know.
It's 2-0 to Ashley.
Dang. I will go with Jose Mourinho.
Correct. Jose Mourinho losing 1-0 to Liverpool in the Champions League with Chelsea, and he referred to the goal which beat his side as a ghost goal.
Well done, mate.
Now the next question
What's
follows
the
on.
score?
The score is 2-1, 3 questions in. Question 4. Following on from that, which Spaniard scored the ghost goal for Liverpool in that game?
Ding. Xabi Alonso?
No, it's not Xavi Alonso.
Oh my God.
Do you know-
my God.
do you know who it
oh
is
my
now?
God. I'm an idiot.
Bang!
I'm
Yeah.
an idiot.
Fernando Torres.
No.
Oh my days.
Luis Garcia.
Oh.
Luis Garcia scored the goal, and they have studied it. People from universities have studied this goal since, and they have proven it did not cross the line. And Jose Mourinho was right all along. Question 5. Okay, still 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the most famous curses in the entirety of football because it's still not been proven wrong. Which club has lost 8 successive European finals after their old manager cursed them to go 100 years without winning a trophy?
Benfica.
Benfica is correct. Their old manager, I don't have his name currently, but he was one of the most successful managers in their history, won European titles for them. He asked for a new contract with new money. They said no, and he said Benfica will not have any European success for 100 years.
I've forgotten his name.
It was in the
Very
1950s. Since then, they've reached 8 finals. They've lost every single one, whether that be Europa League or Champions League.
Yeah.
But yeah, shocker.
That's a good fact.
It's an
He's
absolute...
getting quite quickly.
It's 3-1. You're so excited. Like, ooh, I know this one. You're like a kid at
It's
school.
even before he finishes the question. Like.
Let me finish.
No, because they're getting first.
That isn't the whole point. Let Jordan have a go.
That is beside the point.
He's already dead. Please. So was it 3-1?
Yeah.
Question 6 now. Yeah.
Question 6. We all love a cup final. It's our nature. But what action on a cup final supposedly curses your team to lose? What action from players supposedly curses your team from losing on the day?
Bang.
Yeah?
I was going to say having a photo of Drake, but that's not my official
No.
answer. No, and that's not my
Now you
official
mention
answer.
it. No, I know. Now you're mentioning it. I probably should have put that in there.
Is it just touching the trophy?
It is.
Yeah.
Touching the trophy on the day is the curse. Obviously, if a player from both sides does it, then I guess it cancels out. Whoever touches it the most, I don't know. But obviously the go-to is just blow it a kiss. Don't touch it. Zero contact. Let it just shine there in all its beauty. Touch that, you're screwed, basically. That's what I'm saying.
I think I'm screwed in this quiz now.
Yeah, for you on it.
Yeah,
No,
I think
you can still win. We've got 4 more questions.
If I get every question, then yeah.
You beat me.
Okay. Question 8. One of the most iconic ghost goals of all time is Sir Geoff Hurst's winner against West Germany, winning England the World Cup, which was a header which hit the bar and bounced on the line, over the line. No one really knew, but back then, obviously, no goal line technology, and the linesman gave it despite not having a clear view. Given recent studies and technology, we've proven whether it was a goal or not. Was it a goal?
Ding, yes.
Correct. They used technology from EA Sports. They basically recreated the goal on FIFA on Sky, and they proved it was marginally over the line. There is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with England's World Cup win.
That was 50-50.
That was 50-50. They did it in 2016.
So it was just about getting there first.
Okay, so question 8, boys. 4-2 the score. Anyone can win it at the moment. Anyone can win it. Unless Feshy gets this one. It's all over. Question 8. Which current Premier League club got a witch doctor to spill holy water on their pitch? Because when they moved into their new ground, they went 4 months without a win.
Ding, Southampton?
Correct. Southampton, when they first moved into St Mary's, didn't get a win for their first 4 months there. Got a witch doctor, a Celtic witch doctor, who spoke in Welsh, did an incantation, spilt holy water. Next game, they won against Charlton.
I was looking up some facts for Jordan's creepy fact/story of the week that came up.
I was worried there'd be some crossover.
Oh, yeah, fair play, I didn't know that.
4-3. Now anyone really can win. Like,
Two questions left.
Unless Fashy gets the next one.
2 questions or 1 question?
Well, it's 2 questions, so if Fashy gets this one, you're screwed. But realistically, you need to get this one.
Is it question 10 and then the bonus question?
Actually, hold on, this is question 9.
It's question 9,
okay.
so we've
But
got-
still, if he gets it, it's a guaranteed win.
Yeah.
If you get it,
Yeah.
it's just still in it. Racing Club in Argentina used to be a really dominant side in Argentina. They won the Copa Libertadores, they won the league. They went 34 years without a title because their rival fans of Independiente buried 7 what underneath their stadium?
God.
They buried 7 things underneath their stadium. What did they bury?
They're all same things.
All the same things. They are 7 of the same thing. What do they bury?
Ding. Pig's hearts.
Bang.
No.
Dead. Goats.
You're both on the right lines. It is an animal. They buried 7 cats underneath their stadium. They buried 7 cats.
So random.
I know. Here's the thing. After those, so throughout the span of 34 years, they slowly found all of those cats. And in that 34th year, they found the 7th cat. And what did Racing Club do the next year?
Won the league.
They won the league.
Mad. Tottenham need to check under the ground.
Yeah. Well, didn't you see when they built their new ground? A West Ham fan was helping build it, and he put a West Ham scarf inside the concrete.
Oh my god.
And who was the first team to beat Tottenham at their new ground?
Yeah.
West Ham.
Fair play.
That's a fact.
And that is an actual fact. That's something we know. 'Cause I saw it happen on internet and everything.
So it goes down to the last question.
Okay, the next question. Basically, I don't have them on my laptop because it hasn't transferred properly from my phone.
Wait, so the score is 4-3.
4-3
on the last question.
On the last question. So if you get this right, we will actually, for the first time in this season, I think,
yeah.
the bonus question actually means something.
I beat you on the bonus question.
What?
I beat you
Oh
on the
yeah.
bonus question.
Oh, actually, yeah, Fez. Since episode 1. Okay, with this one. Okay, so question 10. Yaya Toure famously has a bit of a curse against Guardiola and Man City, as his agent was disappointed with the way he'd been treated and supposedly cursed Guardiola to never win the Champions League with Man City. But why, at the start of this season, did Man City fans claim that the curse had been lifted?
Bang.
Yeah?
Yaya Toure's retired?
Incorrect.
So the curse apparently has been lifted this season.
Look, I'm sorry, but actually don't do that because you take way too long sometimes.
I'm just thinking through the question again
Man
because
City
I
fans
don't understand
Man City
the
fans
question.
think the curse has been lifted. Why do they think that? At the start of the season, something happened regarding Yaya Toure. What do they think? Why they think that has lifted the curse?
I don't know. He had a picture with Guardiola at the start of the season, and they were shaking
Okay,
hands.
I don't think you've got it.
Just want to know if that's the answer.
It was the Champions League draw. He is the man who drew Man City's name, and when he drew Man City's name, he said, "Good luck." And Man City fans went mental on Twitter, going, "I'm guessing that's the curse lifted then."
I was never going to get that.
Yeah,
It
was a fun fact. I'm going to go into the bonus question anyway to see if Jordan would have got it. So 2 Premier League clubs have a curse around a kit number. What are those 2 clubs, and what are the kit numbers?
Oh, it's a hard one.
These are rumoured. These aren't.
I've got
2 current Premier League clubs.
2 current Premier League clubs.
Oh yeah, Chelsea, number 9. No,
That's one of them.
Yeah.
what's it? Bang, Chelsea, number 9.
Bang, Chelsea number 9. Yeah.
I swear to God, if you turn around and go, Man United, number 7.
Man United, number 7.
Correct.
No, that's not true.
It's a rumoured curse.
That's not true.
Since the signing of Ronaldo,
That is
you have not had a
such
successful
a
number
lie.
9, besides Cavani. But like, that's a
such
supposed
a
curse.
lie. No, that is a no. That's
You got to
wrong.
admit that's
No.
something which gets touted about. It's a rumoured that you haven't had a good number 7 since Ronaldo.
That is such.
Other than Ronaldo.
No, that's
Look,
such BS
with football
anyway.
curses, you've got to wade between the lines and find the truth from the lie, whatever. I found something.
No, you
When
won in-
you said
you won
that
in
out
the
loud-
10.
When
You
you
won
said
in the
that out
10.
loud, I was like, Jordan, don't do this.
You won in the
Don't
10.
read out the actual fact.
So this season, that's what? 2-1
Yeah.
quiz winners?
But anyway, happy Halloween. We've enjoyed our time here. Jordan losing yet another quiz. I'm guessing he'll go back to the dead for another week, and hopefully next time he rises back stronger. But anyway, we've been the Footballing Question. Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. I know for a fact we certainly have. You in your Luigi hat, you with your glasses, and me in my little Dalek t-shirt.
Finish with that thing on your head.
Get the colander on your head.
I'll get the colander on my head
Don't you
for the
don't.
closing stages.
You have nits in your pasta.
What?
Have
Pasta?
nits in your pasta.
I have nits in my pasta, I do. But anyway, that's all from us. Hopefully you've enjoyed. I'll see you later.